Good evening. Thank you for
Good evening,
joining
sir.
in. Yeah. Where are you joining us from, sir?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? I said, where are you joining us from, sir?
Okay, from me, Anya.
Okay. Yeah. All right, welcome.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
prior to this, have you really had encounters with artificial intelligence, and what have you been doing with it and all of that?
I've never had an encounter with that.
But you've been hearing of AI, right?
Yes, sir.
So, if someone should tell you what is AI, what would you say? What in your
I've heard about it, and it's actually a tool where you use for many purposes and works. It's just a short form of artificial intelligence.
no now when is okay? Let me explain something for you to understand. Now, let me give you another thing. You get now. Imagine teaching a dog trick, eh? You show it whatever you want, like what you do over and over. You understand? Just you
Yes,
have a
sir.
dog now, you buy a dog, for instance. You can't teach the dog like every time you are teaching the dog, okay, this sit down here, do this. Every time you are giving the dog instructions, right? You're
Yes, sir.
teaching. Yes. So now instead of the dog now, it's a computer now. So what they're doing now is artificial intelligence is now learning from you. You get it's a simulation of intelligence, human intelligence. That's what it does. Artificial intelligence assimilates. You get
Yes, sir.
so now basically artificial intelligence is when a computer is programmed to think and learn like human. Like I said, simulate humans intelligence. So that is what artificial intelligence is, all of that.
All right.
So just have that as a basic. So it's just like you having a baby. You're teaching the baby everything. So it learns from you. You get so in that we have types of artificial intelligence. You get
All right.
we have the types and all of that. Now we also have the characteristics types of artificial intelligence. Right? You get we have we have the generative AI, we have the narrow AI, we have the general AI, and we have the super AI. Now, the narrow AI now, if you're looking at the narrow AI, we look at things like Netflix, you get, or common thing like, for instance, now you have Alexa in your house or you have Siri. What Siri does for you now is you talk to Siri, do this for me. Siri will now bring it out from your phone. You get,
Okay.
but you have voice recognition system. Your phone, your Android phone, you say, "Hello, I want to do this." It recognizes your voice and pull out those things for you. And facial recognition for your facial lock and all those are narrow AI, right? Those ones are very simple. Those are the common thing. This one is not really much. That is narrow AI. Then we have the general AI. Well, that one is general AI. Which one? This one is the type of AI that do anything a human can do. This one thinks, read, think, reason, and feel emotions, right? Now, if you look at robots like Jarvis, if you've seen all these, Elon Musk built something recently. He's building something like that. I think it's going up for selling time. It's called humanoid robots. These things are built to think like human, do things like human. They can cook, they can walk your dog, they can do everything basically for you. You get
Yes, sir.
so now after the general AI, that's the strong one. Then we have the super artificial intelligence. That is called super AI, right? Now, if you look at super AI is that one is smarter than all humans combined. So we have something very, very, very intelligent, far more than humans put together. You get so that is it. So we're not wasting much of our time today. We're starting. I think this class will be recorded, and now welcome Ella. You just joined
Good
in.
evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Fine.
All right, welcome. You've been away for a very long time. Hope you're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. So today's class will be very cool and fast, but before we go into the whole presentation thing and explaining, because today's class will be more detail. We've been talking about automation for a while now, but we didn't really based on the automation we're going to dive in, like assigning tasks, giving your computer tasks, giving your application tasks, and what to do. Now we have two types of automation. Now the first one we are going to be looking at today is the software automation side, which we have to assign a task to a particular program in your computer, and it does that and focus on that, just focus on that particular program, and it does virtually everything for you. Then we have a computer automation still with AI. That one can take over your whole computer and run some other tasks for you and get it done, right? So, and on today's one, what we're looking at, this will be focusing on a particular software called Claude. It's artificial intelligence, or just like ChatGPT. You get. Now, I don't know if any of you have Claude installed on your device.
Sorry, sir. The spelling of the Lord.
Claude, C-L-A-U-D-E.
Sir?
C-L-A-U-D-E. Can you hear me?
I didn't get you clearly.
I say
Okay.
yeah. Let me just drop it in the chat.
It's cloud.
Listen,
Okay.
Claude AI. Now, Claude AI was developed by a company called Antropics, founded in 2021, right? So they do something very simple. They build an AI assistant, a language learning model, just like others. We have ChatGPT, we have a lot of them, plenty, get. But basically for today's class, most of the features we're supposed to use in ChatGPT, they are not available on the free version. So I know most of us are using the free version of ChatGPT, right? Well, Claude has made those ones available here. So that's why I'm focusing on Claude today. There are no much things, there are no much difference, just very few things, and all of that. But recently, Claude developed something like crazy out of the sci-fi movie I've been seeing called Metos, Claude Metos. Now, Metos is a software, is a part of a tool that was built by Claude to do testing. So what it does is that it tests applications and gives you feedback and all of that. It took over computers and was doing most of the things itself. Now you can now see that we are moving from the narrow AI, which where we give commands. Systems are now executing commands on their own. So what I'm saying now, if you're paying attention, is we are drafting into automation, but I'm going to make it very simple so that you all will understand. So that's how I'm breaking it down. Now, take for instance, now in your office or wherever, whatever distinguishes you from the other person in your office is what you know. The information you have access to is what distinguishes you. Please, everybody, mute your mic, please. The information you have access is what distinguishes you from your colleague in the office. Let's say we have 10 people in the office, and maybe I send a job to you, like one of amongst the 10, and I'll say, call one person, come please, take this task. I need this task in 10 minutes. Then feel that none of you can put that task in 10 minutes, right? And I come back and I make it happen. Next time, what will happen? The next time anybody I have to give to that person, because I know that person can deliver within a short amount of time. So now the sole purpose of this class is to let you understand how this works, how you can leverage on tools like Claude, ChatGPT to do all those things. Now, if you look at my screen here, we have what they call, the AI assistant, the language learning model called Claude AI. Now, the interface is very similar to ChatGPT, of course. If you use ChatGPT, it's just the same thing. You get, but I will explain everything here on Claude before we go into the automation. So, if you are following, and please type in where you are joining in from. Just drop it in the chat box where you are joining us from, and if you have questions, actually you can still drop them. So first, I have to welcome everybody to the masterclass. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So welcome everybody. May not call you all by the names because I know quite so many already. We have about 11 people joining in. So welcome everybody. Please give a thumbs up if you are hearing me. Just drop a thumbs up if you are hearing me. Okay, welcome Dabs. Okay, Kingdom, you're welcome. Okay, fine. So let's go. Today we'll be talking about cloud artificial intelligence as AI assistants. So today's first class was making AI, which is the language learning models, Cloud AI, as turning into your personal assistants. And now, and I said we have two types of automation. We have automation that can run between softwares, like within a chat, like an AI assistant like this. And we have the ones that can run directly on your computer offline using local host, right? And now, in this context, Claude already has built a system called connectors, MCPs, that will enable you connect most of the tasks you do daily on a daily basis. If you're a designer, you are an HR, whatever you are, right? These things are already done. It's just for you to learn, understand what they are, and knowing how to connect them makes it perfect, right? Now we go on to the whole cloud whole stuff so that we can explain. And I wish you guys hope you guys are seeing my screen.
Me, I'm not seeing. I don't know why.
Anyone not see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Oh, okay, perfect. I think maybe it's your network there. So we'll be looking at different spaces on different tools on Claude. Now, if you look at Claude, we have if you see this, you will see Sonnet 4.6, right? You have here the voice, use voice mode. In case you don't want to type, you can use the voice mode. I'm just going to familiarize you guys with Claude and how it works and all of that a little, so then we get into it. Go into MCPs. We don't have much time. Okay, so then we have Claude Co-work, but let's start with the Sonnet. Now take AI Claude as a student. Your students now. Now we have Sonnet here. You see other models like Opus 4.7. We have Haiku 4.5. Now you see other things like you can now if you want to have access to other models, you have to upgrade. But for the purpose of this class, we don't have much time to do the upgrading and all of that. And most of them are not that cheap. The minimum you can get upgrading Claude is $20. And yes, for the advanced master class where we'll have to use co-work, we'll have to have I will have to have an upgrade account, right? For this. But I want you guys to familiarize yourself with, because I know most of you have been using ChatGPT and not really Claude. So imagine Claude as a student get. So now you want to ask for help. This Haiku here is like a third grade student. It's super fast, but it doesn't take much like difficult tasks. For instance, if you select this, it will give you a very fast response. You can say, okay, give me what's 5 plus 5. It will give you, because the memory capacity is not that wide. It's a model. The way the model is built is not that wide to think out of the box. It's just like a grade 3 student, like we said. Now, in this memory capacity, there are limited instructions that can go in. You understand? Are you guys following? That can go into this. So if you are using Claude for the first time and you have to come to see this, I'm trying to explain this so that you understand. So if you select Haiku 4.5, you get it. It will be fast, trust me, but it doesn't handle complex tasks. Now, if you just like, okay, now since this person is like a grade 3 student, I'm using this example so that you understand. You want to ask questions. Okay, let me ask advanced question. You come to Sonnet. Now, Sonnet 4.6 is really pretty much advanced and fast, but not really fast as Haiku. Now, take it as to be someone in the university. So you want to ask questions. Asking someone in university a question and asking someone that is maybe in grade 3 in secondary school, primary school is two different things. If this person in grade 3 doesn't know much, like just within his class or his our class, Or someone that has been in university already has passed through the first class, this the primary, the secondary, get to the higher institution. And within this phase, he understands things differently from this one to this one and to this one. So this one will do that, but it will not give you fast because it has gathered a lot of memory already on in the head, just trying to process and give you whatever you want to do with it. Now the Opus 4.5, 4.7 is crazy because this one is just like the beast mode. It's like the professor. Just like asking a professor a question. You go to the office and knock on your HOD's office. Sir, please, I want, because he's the head of the department, he's also a prof. He knows more. He even knows from now his vocabulary is, it's like everything about him is wide. His memory, his brain, and everything. He has, he has been seeing all those things over the years, so he understands both by experience and academics, right? So that is on the models of. Then we have on the left panel we have new chat, search, project, artifact, code, and customize. Just like a normal chats agents, AI assistants, right? So today we'll focus on one thing called the connectors. And now the connectors are in two ways. You can easily use your code instructions to send the code, but today we are not going to write code. The one we are doing is a very just basic connections, but it's what you will love, trust me. So now we're going into the presentation slide so that you can look at what we have there and make sure that you get some things out of it. Let me share the screen. Let me just present something else. Window. Okay. We have. Okay. Beautiful. So if you can see my screen, let me know. Any question before we proceed? Mhm. I'll ask questions. So if you don't have questions, trust me, I'll ask questions. Okay, let me ask question before, because this should be an interactive class. So if we should say something. Is there anything you don't understand, or is there are concerns you have about artificial intelligence, and maybe you want to share a bit of what you know? During the submission of forms, a lot of people said they just want to understand automation. Now, if I had to ask this question, if I'm throwing this question, before we go, I say, how do you understand artificial intelligence to your own, like on your own? If I say explain artificial intelligence to somebody, what will you tell the person? This question is, you can send it chat. If you want to speak, you can always raise your hand. I'll take you, I will pick you up to the platform so you can say something before we proceed. I want everybody to understand. I want everybody to be carried along so that before we start the presentation is very brief and self-explanatory already. So we just have to pick the points, dive into it one by one. Today's class will be practical. Trust me, we'll do practicals as well. And you test the code, you test the prompts and all of that, you see for yourself. And the class also is recorded, which means you can have access to reads after this lesson, this masterclass. So please, I will say, let me start from Shifao. Can you please tell us what you understand, or if I'm asked to, okay, if you're asked to tell someone about AI, what will you say AI is?
Hi, good evening.
Evening, how are you?
Fine.
Okay, so
So AI is just like will I call it an agent that you train with data?
okay. So that's why I said, if you are explaining to your friend that is non-technical person that doesn't know anything about it, what is an agent? What is data? So what will you say?
um I don't know. That's basically what I said. Like AI help. I don't know. it's just an agent. I know it as an agent that you train with data and help, like it helps speed your work. That's what I understand about AI.
Okay, let me do that now. Okay, so if I'm asked to explain what AI is to someone, I will simply use the context of, let's say, a child, a newborn baby, or a 1 year old child. You know, when a child is growing, you're constantly teaching them what to do. Okay, do this. Over the time, they will learn and understand. So take for instance, just use that instance, AI as a child. Then you are the parents, you are the one passing instructions. And trust me, you know that AI, as you ask questions, they learn. So the prompt you are the one giving instruction. So you are the parents, you are the one training it. So a non-technical person will not really understand what you're saying because you are saying agent. The person was like, what is an agent? Can say maybe agent of darkness, and all of that. So when you are explaining, when you are giving explanations, the detail about it. Okay, Kingdom wants to say something. Kingdom, your hand is raised. You want to say something? Okay, can go ahead. But unmute your mic. Thank you, Shifawo, for your contribution.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Kingdom.
Yeah, for me, I will, if I'm explaining to a layman, I
Mm,
will tell the layman that AI is like a smart computer system that that we can learn from because it thinks and does things like human, and it can also assist us to deliver tasks, any kind of
sure.
task we feel like. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Kingdom. We have how many people in the chat? Okay. Dorothy, you're welcome. So talk to me. Today is today is more of interactive because we're doing hands on deck. Practicals will happen soon. So talk to me. If you are asked to explain AI to a layman, what would you say AI is? Dorothy, are you there? I think she unmute your mic. Okay, she's there.
So I'm still booting.
You're still booting. Okay. Let's assume you are finished booting. Okay. Teresa, you want to try? Say something. Teresa, okay. I think she's not connected. Samuel, okay. Let's go.
You know,
Okay, good evening. Okay. Go ahead.
please just go ahead because I'm not ready to answer the question yet.
All right. So I think we are still having it or not. Like some people are getting it, but some people are not really. It's not as if they don't get it, but how to explain. You can.
Exactly.
Yes. So a lot of people here might like know to themselves, but if they say tell people about it and all of that. Now, it's a technology that has come to stay, and trust me, it's not just like if you look at what is going on globally. There's a country that AI is one of the minister of finance, and it's crazy. Yes, it sounds crazy, right? Now it's like an evolution, right? It's coming out from every aspect, everywhere, and all of that. Now, someone just sent a chat. Okay, said good evening, everyone. Computer, okay, it's a computer program that can solve problems. Now, before this can solve problems, know that we have types of artificial intelligence, right? Now, whatever it is, we have the one training these things, and trust me, we train them every day. We ask questions and take the questions and all of that. Data, they only eat data. So if I'm going to explain it to a layman, I will say it's just like I'll see the basic example I used before, or just like you buying a dog. a puppy, very little puppy. Call the puppy name. First, the puppy didn't know its name. You brought it in. Well, okay, this is you are okay. Let's say whatever name you choose to give, maybe husky or whatever. Every day you call that dog husky, and it's then they're like, okay. So anytime the dog hears husky from anywhere, you start working with tail or something like trying to respond. You are training this. You are training the dog now. Let's the the husky you just called now is a prompt, is an instruction. Now he knows that is his name. So anytime you say husky, wherever it is, it will get up and follow you. Now let's say every time you are telling, okay, sit down here, don't sit down here. You're just guiding, like training it, how to train the dog and all of that. Every day it gets better day by day. So the data is it's like I said in a previous class, AI simulates the way we do things, to do them better. So everybody here it's just like you're training things, you're training a child, it can be anything, but as long as gets to understand what you're doing, you're assimilating your behaviors, like it's copying. And now we have types of artificial intelligence, like you said. We have the narrow, we have the general, we have the super intelligence, right? That one now is one that knows more than humans. That one is 10 times or 100 times intelligence than a human. Now we talk about the general one. We have the humanoid robots. Those ones can cook, can do anything, can do everything you want them to do. You get. Now mostly China recently, we saw a video, China, using them, preparing them for one, all of that. They were shooting in the battlefield, battle ready. So imagine coming close to a robot, one-on-one, 1v1 in a battlefield. The person just know that you're on, because the way they are trained, anything they see in a particular angle, or these are the programs, they could program them. If you see a suso color, it's a trade. So if you are wearing that particular camouflage and the spots, you are gone. So these are computer programs, right? Smart, they train them, they learn, and they were doing the shooting as simulation, and they were learning. Most of the robots couldn't even, they were not properly controlled or configured or something. So they were trying to train. So that was out of the context. So let's go back to why we are here. So if you can see my screen, fine. So let's just go ahead with the presentation. Hope you all can see my screen, sir. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Beautiful. So okay. Let me just so now we say automate everything with Claude AI, understanding MCPs and connectors. No tech background needed. Now we understand that a lot of people might, anytime we are coming to masterclass, we are so professional, we are speaking tech English, APIs and all of that. A lot of people understand. But why I did this particular one, I had to break it down, sit down, work on this presentation, make sure that it will be easy for you to understand. Now, we say what we'll cover today, basically what we've started already, what Claude AI is, what is MCP, connectors explain, real-world automation, live demo, Q&A, that is question and answer. You can see just very few, 5. And from this, we'll learn how it works. You see connectors, bridge, smarts, and powerful and all of that, and what MCP is and all of that. So this is what we'll be covering today. And the question and answer where you will do demo, I will do demo, you guys will do and send and all of that. So we interact with each other. Next, when we started, I said, think of Claude like the world's smartest personal assistant, one that writes things, plan and respond to you in plain English, no coding required. Now, if you go back to the early days of computer, before you interact with computer, first generation, when we had the machine language, computers then were using only zeros and ones. So even if you are, I don't know, whoever can perform miracle, there is nothing that you do the computer will tell you another language. You understand? Because the only computer then understands binary. That's first generation of computers. They use machine language. Now, in second generation, things change. We had the assembly language, which uses the mnemonic symbols, right, to show different things and all of that. So we're not going to go into that, but I'm just trying to make you understand that in the concepts of everything. Now, the English, plain English, no coding. So you don't go to write code. You don't get to, have a very, good, you are good in coding and all of that. It's just normal plain English. It could be in your language, depending on the language you said to be. It could be your whatever language. It could be French. It could be any other language, right? Now you've said that read and understand. Claude. Now you look at Claude reads email, documents, reports, just like a human colleague in the office. Then now writes for you, draft emails, summaries, proposal in seconds in your own tune. Now, even in all this, now we now say, okay, for the last, we said, give the last one, analyze data, give you insights from spreadsheets, sales data, and reports. That means it visualize data for you, for people doing virtual analysis, what's it called, data analysis and all of that. Now, for people in the HR, you write mails, send mails to people and all of that. Then the last one, MCP, with MCP and connectors, Claude doesn't just advise, it acts. This is interesting. It doesn't just advise, it acts. So this is the automation we're talking about, because the system automatically takes over everything and give you feedback with just a little amount of time, and it's done. So if you're an HR, you have about 500 people in your organization, and I come, the MD comes and be like, okay, I need you to reach out to these people today on a particular. And yes, a smart HR will look at, okay, but with the tone or whatever, is the way you communicate, you send a message to someone. Please come in. Open. Yes. So you get the okay. Sorry about that. So it's interference. So now on the MCP, sorry, connector. So the person comes and say, okay, give these people a particular set of instructions today, 500 people, like we said. Now you are busy with other things. You don't really have the time to sit down and draft the mail. All you need to do is just ask Claude to do that for you. So, but we'll go into all that. For data analysis, analyzing data, can do that for you, give you a spreadsheet, sales reports, and all of that. And just like, so MCP is why we are here. We'll go into what MCP is. So I just want you to understand all these things. Just take your mind, flash your mind in all these instances. These are instances, right? Next, we have what MCP. What is MCP? It's a model context protocol, right? Claude superpower upgrade. Claude without MCP can only answer questions. Like I said, if you look, like a lot of us just go to ChatGPT and ask questions and answer, get things done, and just ask simple questions. What can I do? This and it's like now. So you see, Claude without MCPs can only answer questions, can't access your files, right? Can't open apps or softwares. Like a phone with no application installed. With MCPs now, read and write your files, search the web in real time, control the other apps for you, like a phone with every app ever made. Beautiful. Now, the last one we said, Claude finds on the real world examples. Now, examples, Claude find all on read email from my boss and summarize them. Claude find all email on read emails from my boss and summarize them. Now, Claude reads your Gmail via MCP. Now, Claude, look at the last quarter sales files and tell me what is declining. Claude will open your folders in the computer or wherever you point the server to the MCP to. This is where you can access folders, right? Now, this last one, Claude, find me today's top news about AI and write a brief for my team. So you now see the real world example what MCP is doing. MCP now connects to you, just like this one is not just like you giving it, okay, what is AI or what is this one? You are now giving it you are now communicating as a professional with this. What helps you communicate like a professional to Claude, this AI assistant, is with the use of MCPs, the model context protocol, right? So now we'll explain what model context protocol is, right? Well, now let me explain. Now, MCP, the language that lets Claude talk to other software on your behalf. You see the very simple explanation. It's a language that lets Claude let you communicate to other softwares. It could be spreadsheet, it could be your email, it could be anything else you get on your behalf. So imagine having someone you have, just like having a personal assistant. You come, my PA, okay, I want you to send mails to, so or reach out to this person for me, or let me see what's happening in the company today. Just take MCP to do that work for you, right? Now, to the next slide, which is what are connectors. And now I say, this trust me, you enjoy this class. So plug and play bridges between Claude and your favorite applications. That's what connectors is. Plug and play bridges between Claude and your favorite apps. Now let's explain. Let me explain that. Connectors are like power adapters for Claude. Just like you have your phone and you have cord, but you don't have the other adapter to plug it. You understand? So it will make your hard life very difficult because there will be no power in your phone, right? So just think of connectors like adapter, power adapter. Okay, just a travel adapter. Okay, just as a travel adapter, let your UK block work in a US socket. Beautiful. Now it gives a context. Yeah, if you look at it, you say now just like a travel adapter, which lets your UK plug works in the US socket, which means anywhere. A connector lets Claude work inside Slack, Gmail, Google Drive, and any other tool you use. So you now look at the examples of the tools we have here. We have Gmail, read, reply, and organize your email. We have Google Calendar, book, move, summarize meetings. Beautiful. These are basic work of personal assistants. You can say, okay, let's schedule appointment for me for 5 p.m. today. All of that. Now you could type that with your phone, or you can and all of that. But calm down. We'll go into like a very, 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 very good deep practical. So now next one is Slack. Send message and summarize and summaries and alerts. Right? Slack. I don't know. Most of you have used Slack for software people that have used software to for you have been in a project where you use Slack to communicate with the team. You can. It's just like a social media, but it's more than a social media app because there are other things you can do. It can let you connect to the file you're working on directly in real time, and you can see interacting with people, and you can know when people are interacting with some things. It's an app. You chat, you send messages. You can create sub teams in it. For this, for people that don't understand what Slack is, right? Now for Google Sheets, you all know what Google Sheet is: update data and create reports. We talked about visualization of data previously, right? Now Google Drive. All of us now, you have used Android phone. You must have come across this one, Google Drive. And the last one here is we have Trello and Asana. Create and assign tasks automatically. For if this one, these other ones are still in for software people and other people that have worked in teams. Maybe you guys work remotely and you have to work with teams. Definitely you'll come across Trello. It's one of the project management applications too as well, and Asana. Now the next one we have how it's all work together. The big picture. So now the big picture, from your words to real action. Beautiful. Now you have you as a person now type a plain English request, which is a prompt. And now in the previous class, we've talked about what prompt is, how to write a good prompt, right? And all of that. Now, next one is Claude AI understands your intent. Because trust me, it must understand your intent to give you what you want. Translate to machine language. Beautiful. This thing is crazy. Now, machine language is the language the computer understands. So if I say translate something to a machine language, the system actually takes the language you give it and translates it to the language machines understand. And mind you, the machine language is 0 and 1. Now, they are binary, right? It could be, but for some advanced systems, they have, and all of that. But machine language is 0 and 1 binary. Connectors connect to the right application. Connect to right applications. Actions completed for you. Okay, now we'll now see. Okay, let's go back to, and we say, on the real world example, schedule a follow-up meeting with Sarah for for the next Tuesday at 2 p.m. and send her confirmation email. Claude understands the request, right? MCP translates it. Calendar connector books the meeting. Gmail connector send the email. Results, 2 tags done in 3 seconds. Without opening a single application. Are we following? Please, if you are following, let's say something. Thumbs up or just react in the chat. Let's know that you are following. At this point, are you all following? I just want to be sure before I continue. Okay, it seems you all are not following. Okay, you all are following then. So we have, okay, let me just go ahead then. I want you all to understand. That's why I'm asking you guys to ask questions. If you have questions.
Sir,
Are
can
you
you take
guys
that?
hearing me? Can I take what again?
The last part.
Okay. Okay, where I say how things are done. This one, right?
We can't see your screen. It's just the first slide. We're
Oh,
still
oh my
seeing.
God, so sorry. That's why I was like, you guys should say something at first. So I think let me do that now. Stop sharing. So sorry about that. So I'll just run it through very quick and I is the slide changing now?
Yes.
It's changing, right? Let me join from my
Yes,
phone
it's changing now.
so I can know what is going on too as well. So sorry. So I didn't even know you guys
It's still
were
on
not.
the first slide. It's still on the first slide.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No problem. I want to follow it up here so I can really see what's going on. Okay. So it's changing, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
not changing.
it's changing now.
Yes, it's changing.
Yes,
Beautiful.
yes.
So I think we've passed this. Oh, okay. We didn't touch this because the slide was stable and nobody. So that's why I was like, let's interact. If you notice anything, call my attention to it and all of that. So we've talked about what Claude is, what MCP is, and this one was just what we'll cover today. Now we said what is Claude, and we now said think of Claude to be like a smart, your smartest personal assistant, one that reads, writes, and think and plan, responds to you in plain English, no coding. Where I've made a mention of machine language and assembly language. That is the first generation of computer language, first generation of computer. Now, Claude reads and understand, writes for you, analyze data for you, and takes action. Now, Claude reads email, documents, reports, just like human colleagues in your office. Draft emails, summaries, proposal in seconds in your own tone, the way you want it. Now, it gives you insights from data cells, right? From spreadsheet sales data and reports as well. MCP, with MCP and connectors, Claude doesn't just advise, it acts. These are the automation parts we're talking about. And I think the next slide will be where we see what connectors are. Now, it's saying here, without connectors, Claude without MCPs, right? And we have Claude with MCPs and what they can do. This context is just telling you, okay, what Claude can do with MCP, like model context protocol. It's just like a Claude superpower. You have someone that can do a lot of things for you. So now it's saying here that Claude can only answer questions here, can't access your files, can't open apps or, just like a phone without apps installed. With Claude with MCPs, reads and writes your files, search the web real time, controls other applications for you. Beautiful. That's the interesting part. Now we have real world examples here. Now, Claude, find all unread emails from my boss and summarize them. Beautiful. Now, I still say if maybe you have people like all that are into software, you've signed up in various platforms, and most times when important mails comes to your app, your Gmail, you don't even know because man, you just think, and most of us we have this habit of not checking our mails. But after today, you guys should start checking your mails. You might have something there you don't know. So for people to just go into your mail and maybe you can't find because there's so many other things. But you can tell Claude, okay, give me the mails we have today, important mails we have today, summarize it for me. Let me know what it's all about to do that for you. Now we'll get into the practical aspects. We're just trying to let you understand how this is, right? Now, Claude, look at the past sales quarters, like last quarter sales files, and tell me what is declining. Like for this one's for sales, like you're in the company where they sell and all of that, you have whole lots of files and you have stock inventory and all of that. And it asks Claude to connect to check what is declining in this, in your this. And Claude opens your folders and check. And Claude, find me today's stop news about AI and write a brief for the team. Claude browses the web. There is where it goes to browse the web. And we now say that MCP is the language that lets Claude talk to other softwares on your own behalf. Very simple, beautiful. The next one we had, the next slide, which is what Claude can do. Now, what are connectors? We said that connectors are just like power adapters for Claude. We made mention of a phone charger head and all of that. So just like an example, right? Just like a travel adapter that is in your bag 24/7 that you can block and work, in your UK plug, and then you go to US and it still works there because they connect. It's same thing and all of that. Let your UK plug works in US socket. So we extend that. We break it down. A connector lets Claude works inside Slack, Gmail, Drive, or any other tool you use, depending on what you are using, right? Now these are just few. There's so many out there. We'll explore them today. Read email and reply, summarize it, organize email. Google Sheets, book, move, and summarize meetings. That's the Google Calendar, sorry. Or you can tell your PA, just like telling your PA to set you a meeting for 5 p.m. tomorrow and all of that. So Claude does that. Send messages to people on Slack, summaries and alerts as well. Google Sheets, updates data and create reports. We talked about data visualization. We talked about files. Find and summarize, document files. So files and summarize the document for you. It does that using your Google Drive, through your Google Drive. Trello and Asana, create and assign tasks automatically. I've said it for people working in remote places that they work at home and all of that. Most of them connect or communicate via, that is where they assign tasks. On Trello, some assign, and some of them Slack. You just go to your own where you are. Maybe you're in the design team, you go to design team, you see your tags there for designer for today and all of that. So I work with Trello a lot and Slack. So these are the things I'm trying to explain these things for you to understand. Slack is just like a social media platform where you interact, you talk, and do all those things there. Next, we go to how it works together. Remember, now you type your plain English just like a prompt. You go to ChatGPT, type a prompt. You want to send a prompt to get results, right? Now, Claude AI understand your intent because whatever you are typing, the intent is in the prompt, right? A good prompt has 3 different qualities which I talked about earlier. Translates to machine language. We talked about it. That's what MCP does. Now carry that your English, bring that your English, and let your computer call. It's just like you're speaking Hausa to me. I speak out English to you, and because you understand Hausa, and the person that is trying to do the work for me understands Hausa, and I can be there speaking English for a whole day. If someone is not there to tell the person, okay, this is what the person is saying, you will not understand nothing. So now take MCP to be an interpreter, that interprets my English to the machine to understand Hausa. Now the machine language we talked about earlier is 0 and 1s, which is the binary. That's for the first generation of computer. We have languages, we have the assembly languages and all of that. Now we have the next one is connectors. This one connects to the right application. So after the interpretation is done, after I say, okay, this is what you want, okay, it now connects you, okay, do it, connects to the app, and the task action is completed. The whole job is done. Very simple. Now you see, you type schedule a follow-up meeting for Sarah for next Tuesday. You get next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Send her a confirmation email. Now, Claude understand the request. MCP translate it. We talked about translation here. Interpret. Now, calendar connects to connect or books the meeting. First, that's the first one. 2, Gmail connector now send emails. You've seen it now. Says you now say schedule a follow-up meeting with Sarah. That has to do with calendar. Confirmation email, it has to do with email, Gmail, right? Depending on the email server you're using. Now, result, 2 tasks done in 3 seconds without opening a single application. So you can see that this whole thing is cool, right? So that's why I was like, this is where I think perhaps you had questions here to ask. You speak, Claude thinks MCP connects, app acts, you win. This is just the basic way of explaining this. So any question here before we go into the next one, we start practicals. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like your mind is gonna be blown because we'll do a lot then we look into projects and all of that. Any question? So far, I think no question. Do you understand? You all understand, please? If you understand, just a thumbs up is fine. Just interact with the thumbs up. Let's know that you understand. Because if you don't understand, it's just I have to start again so that I want to make sure you understand this thing very well. So it's only one person that is sending thumbs up. Okay, beautiful messages. Cool.
Sorry, question.
All right, what's the question, ma'am?
I tried signing up on this cloud AI some time ago, but I couldn't because
Phone number issue.
is it yes.
Okay, I think that was a common glitch, which there's a way. I actually interacted with some dev team at Antropics last week. So there was a way. So if you're having issues signing up with Claude with the phone number issue, send me a mail later today after this class. I'll work on it and get your feedback, give you a way to bypass it. But trust me, if you want to do automation, yeah, strategic tools you need to use. You need Claude, trust me. So you need it, like it or not, you need Claude. Because to access most of these features in other applications will let you they want to you pay, you have to pay. They are not free, right?
Right.
Okay, so the next one. Any other question before we go? All right, so okay. Continue. Question. Okay, Kingdom, question. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, please. I want to ask a question about how the cloud works. Like unlike ChatGPT,
Yes.
after a certain duration of asking them prompt questions, you'll be
Ye-
restricted for some hours.
Yes,
Does
except
cloud
you
work
upgrade to.
that way?
Yes, all of them, they are all working that way because they have to make money. So if they know a lot of people want to use it free, they will give them rooms. They will not, they will not buy pro. So they keep those limits. Those are limitations for you to get, to access to the pro. So it has that limit too as well. So you tax it maybe for like 3 or 4 tax. You might tell you, okay, no, I'm done for so time. So maybe when you are a time, it's also certain time elapsed, you can come back again. It happens everywhere, sir. So next one, real world automation example. So business owner spends 2 hours sorting emails every morning. This is a very dangerous task to do. They say, okay, check mails, check mails if we have replies from people now. So you now see real world automation works now. Claude reads all mails, flag urgent ones, draft replies. We'll do it here for you to see. Now, project manager, how many minutes have you saved now? You've saved 90 minutes in one slash one day. You spend 2 hours sorting email. You'll be like, oh my god, it will be like if your leadership is against you. Now, project manager, before writing a meeting notes and create tasks manually in Asana, before that is what you will do. Before now, what? Claude listen to meeting, create tasks, and assign owners to various tasks. Next one, marketing manager. Boom. Before manually collect weekly metrics from 4 different tools. You go and check metrics and all of that. Some of them will go to Google SEO to see how their site is doing and all of that. But Claude now pulls data from all tools and create a single report, and saving you 3 hours of work, because you have to visit all different tools to check to see which one is how many data, how many people visited, or what they are the feedbacks from clients and all of that. So imagine having a tool where you need to get feedback from people and you want to do that manually. It will take you a whole lot of time. Now, the next one we have sales rep. Before, copy customer details from email into CRM one by one. That's a whole lot of work. Now, after this, Claude extracts info from emails and updates CMR reports automatically. So why will you not choose to use these features? Why will you not choose automation? You have to, because in all this, you have seen all these scenarios that has made life easier and save more hours of work. Imagine you spending 2 hours alone to look at your eye itself. You might even break down, because you keep your eye on the screen trying to focus on the most important mails. That's a very tedious task to do. And it's the whole one is listening to meetings and all of that. Not even let's not talk about the pulling out of data from different tools. So these are reasons you should understand automation. That's why the masterclass was called automation AI for everything. So you now see basically AI is for everything now. So they aren't just future predictions. These things you can set them up today with Claude, using Claude and connector. So we'll set it up for you to see. Next one we have okay. Next slide is your 3-step to quick starts. Beautiful. Step 1. I guess by now most of us must have downloaded. You must have this app on your phone now, or some of you have been using the app before now, or you might have to download it today. Then the good thing about this class is after this class, there will be there's a little this thing we had with the dev team from Antropics. They have given us access to their courses, co-work we get with Claude AI Antropics. It's called Antropics. That's the name of the company that owns Claude Antropics, right? So they have given us a course on co-work, Claude co-work. Co-work is just more of this, but in advanced level where you have to do more other things, right? So I will send the link to the course to everybody, because you have a certificate from Claude Antropics, right? It's just about maybe a 2 weeks training of the course. You can do the self-paced course. You just go there, log in and do. So after this class, you get that in your mail, right? So all the participants, I think we have 11 plus. So all 11 plus will get them email. So Google Gemini, take notes. We'll do that when after this class. So you do that. Then next one, open Claude AI, which is the first step. Go to Claude AI in your browser. Create a free account with your email. That's it. No software to install. That's all. Now, tip. Now you say tip. The Pro plan unlocks all MCP features for about $20 monthly, less than a daily coffee. That's for them, not in Nigeria. $20. Oh God. Okay. Now next one is add a connector. Click the tool icon, search for the app you want, Gmail and all of that. We'll do it. I just want you to see this. Now the last one, ask Claude in plain English. Just type what you want. And Claude does the rest. Be specific. Instead of check emails, say find emails for clients received in the last 3 days. Now I've been talking about prompting, and once you want to prompt, you have to take note of the tags you have to give. It's very important. Pay attention to the task. What do you want it to do? Don't just write anything like you don't know what you're doing. Now start with one just connector, Gmail or Google Calendar. Master as you go and you master the others, before you add more. So you start somewhere before you get to somewhere. Now you say no coding, no IT department, no special skills needed, just a browser and your curiosity. So at this step, is there any question before we go to frequent asked questions before we start? Because right about now we are starting the app. We start testing those things to each other and all of that for you to see, so you can learn to connect them yourself as well. Any question? Okay, frequent asked questions here. Is it safe? Anybody ask questions? You can go ahead now. Q1 is is it safe? Can Claude see my private emails? Claude only access what you explicitly allowed to. You grant permission per app and you can revoke it anytime, just like removing an app from your phone, right? Now, when it comes to security, I know you guys will be worried and all of that, but trust me, I'd rather give my data to Claude than ChatGPT. This is not me, having it, but I think when it comes to data privacy, Claude are very specific. There was a time the US government gave them that, okay, they should hand over. They said, no, they're not doing that. So the US government started, so before Claude, ChatGPT now open to do that. But Claude has remained, unbreakable. There's no system that is unbreakable, but this one has stand test of time. Do I need to know how to code? No, absolutely not. You talk to Claude in plain English, just like I said, just like texting a friend. Claude handles the technical work behind the scene. What if Claude make mistake? Claude usually asks for confirmation before making big changes. You can also set rules like always ask before sending emails for peace of mind. For your peace of mind, sanity. How is this difficult from different? Sorry, and difficult too. I will use that and different from ChatGPT. ChatGPT mostly answer questions. Claude with MCPs actually does things. It takes action in your apps, not just give advice like ChatGPT. I know some of us that use ChatGPT for everything. Will this replace my job? No, absolutely. It won't. It removes the boring, repetitive tasks, right? You can now focus on the creative, strategic work only humans can do. I love this one. So you see, AI is not coming to take your job. I've been telling people AI is not coming to take your AI is just to give you a leverage, give you okay, you can do this, right? And it's not here to take your job away from you or for any reason or anything. So now the next one we have the last one. So we now have this one is no more question. If you have more question, write them down. So before because we are diving into your thing, your takeaway tax. This one, you will submit it. This one is not like others. You will submit it, but I will do my practical. You will see. You will submit your own. Claude AI is your intelligent assistant. No coding ever needed, right? MCP is the bridge that connects Claude control that lets Claude connect to other softwares. Connectors plug Claude into Gmail, Calendar, Slack, and more. Together, they save hours of manual repetitive work every week. We can start automating today. Begin with one task. So you see what we've done today. We've been able to at least explain what these features are. Then we are diving into the practical aspects. It won't take time. We just connect like 3 to 4 apps. We are done. We give it a task and we see how it works, right? So if you ready to go into the next phase, just a thumbs up. Just come or write a comment on the flap. Say ready. I'm ready. Let's go because I'm counting on your comments. I think I'm seeing only one person, and someone said, okay, Bonzig, okay, please, if you are just Shifa. Okay, beautiful. Then you guys are active. All right, so we're back to this place. So we go into Claude again. Let me share my screen. So we go into Claude full time. Back to Claude. Boom. We're here. All right. Joy, how are you? Hope you're following. All right, beautiful. We have. So I've explained this before. So we just before we started, we dive into these tools on cloud, the interface you see here. You can see upgrade plans and all of that. We talked about this. These are modules on cloud, right? We have the Haiku 4.5. We have the Sonnet 4.6. We explained this to be like people in different institutions and with different IQs and all of that. Haiku was referred to be as a grade 3 student in nursery school. Then Sonnet 4.6 was supposed to be like someone in the higher institution. Then Opus 4.7 supposed to be like a prof, right? So every of the tools has modules, has their functions and how they work, right? We have more. We have Opus 4.6, which you need to upgrade. You need Opus 3 and Sonnet 4.5. That one is free, right? So the way they are, you ask a question to a primary school student, and you will not ask a question you're supposed to ask a prof because she can't comprehend how you actually cannot comprehend that. It just whatever is limited to whatever she's hearing in class every day, right? So you can't go above that. You have to really crack her brain. That is it. Then we have the sonnets, which is you can relatively ask what you ask someone in primary five to someone that is in higher institution. Same goes to someone that is a professor and all of that, because they have been there, they have passed through all this series of classes and all of that. Then you now see write, learn, code. There are a lot of things Plot can do. So, but I just want you to understand and figure it out for yourself. Now we are using a free plan, but I will do a few things now. Now, before we go on, you go to this icon here. Let's go to connectors and files, right? You click on it. Now say add connectors. You now see you can add files, photos, add projects. We look into that. Now go to connectors, add skills, manage skills, and let's go to connectors. Now see a range of list of connectors will come out. You now see. So are we now seeing this? See, Datadog, debug and resolve issues using Datadog, telemetry. Then we have Google Drive, Google Calendar, Shopify, Microsoft 360, Figma for designers. We even have to Canva. So if you are someone that works with graphics, right? Trust me, all my graphics for this class, I made them with AI. Then Zoom for Cloud, Zip Recruiter. We have a lot. We have Miro, we have Monday.com, we have Spotify, we have Asana, like I said, we have Microsoft Learn, a lot, so many. We have, see, there are so many. We have Versa for people that host applications, we have so many things. But for today's class, we're not going to do much. We're just going to connect into 2 or 3 for the sake of time, right? Now we connect to Gmail. I want you to see. So you now see what it's doing. So which one should I connect? I have about how many emails on my system? I'll say, okay, so I'll use this because that's the primary mail I'm using for most of my things. Now you now see. So the connection now, say continue. Just like hiring someone to work for you. If you hire someone to work for you, you have to give them access to what they can work with, right? You can't just hire someone and say, go and create something for me, and you're not giving the person what to work with. So that is the process, what we just did, giving an authority, for it to give us what we can do at the time. So now it has connected to my mail, right? So if I say, okay, let's say let's just do something very basic. Check my mail. Check, okay. Find, I won't say check my mail. Find new mails for today. Find today's, let me say find today's mail. Then mail and the most mails and sort out the most important one that needs urgent attention. So like okay, audience, okay, find today's mail. Okay. Now, okay, requires, okay. Requires urgent attention. Now see what happens now. See what it's doing. You can see my screen. You notice that there's something going on. Say connect. So now the system is trying to connect to this guy here. And now because this should it's supposed to be okay, there have been a block somewhere. I've not accepted it. I think they sent a connection request. I didn't accept it. So okay, let me work would be okay. It's blocked by what? That should be stopped. Meanwhile, okay. Let me check why. Because the new inbox ID and all of that. So let me check. Okay, it should be what they call a handshake. Possibly there was a very good. There should be a request somewhere that I needed to connect to. Now let me retry it again so that you see. I just want us to get this done with. Let me sign up. I think there's one I have with another with my mail connected already to it. But what it does is that before Google Apps you connect with other ones, it will tell you to there's a code that will be sent. So I've not received the code from Google on my phone to approve it. So I think that's the issue. But let me sign in with the one I have already. I have an account with that I can run. I've connected most of the apps with. I just want you to understand that you've seen how it's connected, how you can connect with it. That's the most important thing. And once you connect, they will send you. I didn't get that code. They will just send you a code. They will say, check your phone. They will send you a series of 3 codes. You check and get it done. So you see, this is the. So what I'm doing now is send. Let me check. Loading request results. Searching. Email account. Email integration. Fetching inbox. So now this system now search my email now. So you now see, you now check the emails and now prioritize them. Say 4 needs action immediately. 6 needs review soon. Then 18 are. So now in any of these now, if I might choose to check any of them. I might choose to okay. I don't know if you guys are following. Please, if you are following, just give a thumbs up, please. And if you have questions, these are the time to ask and all of that. This one has already from the prompt I gave, and answer okay. Actually find the emails. The four of my emails they need urgent attention immediately. 6 need review. I will look at them anytime. So I can say, okay, I can check this one. I can choose to open it. It will open the whole email for me to see. Anyone I clicked on, those 4. So you see how this makes job easier for you. Now, you can't go to Gmail and tell Gmail to do that for you. You have to sort it one by one. You have to sort every bit of these things one after another. You get. Now you go to you see. Now it explained the email and even give me problems that invalid billing address, that there was a separate there's accounts I use for a virtual card payment. So I connected it to an Apple account. Most times they will try to build a card, but I think it's not working. That's why I get this series of mails and all of that. I can say, okay, reply the email. The email ASAP. Let's see action. I think it's getting interesting now, right? Because it's not just stop. We are doing something. Orchestrated email draft reply payment plan query. See, say allowed So now see permission. I've allowed the permission. So the system will now say, okay, to allow it to write, and it to continue. So you now see, can you see the subject? It organizes the subject of the mail, the name of the company. I've been repeat, exactly. See, in all this, just look at the mail. Very, very like look, just this, just look at this. It's crazy, right? But this is just it. You don't have to go and sit down and sort these mails yourself, and because you're working, you want to kill yourself. When you work smarter, automate this task for this things to do. And now I can say, okay, send the mail. I can just stop send mail. What Claude will do, Claude will take me to email straight. In most cases, if I'm using a mobile phone, it will send it to the draft to keep. So if I have anytime, maybe I can just go to draft and click send, and it goes. So now see, it takes me to this place. Look at it. The whole information about this. So all I need to do is to just click on send. Because at least specify at least one, because now the email, before now, their email wasn't found. There was no email that was attached to this. It was just from their own billing, whatever. So I can just add if I don't, if I have, or if I don't, I can just choose to look for it. But if I will reply other ones for you to see. But I'm just trying to show you how it works and how you can do things with. Now see, it selects the email, sorts out the most ones we should prioritize, select the ones that we need urgent and needs urgent attention, and take actions immediately. So we can just say, okay, now you can see, hi Renes, you didn't say subject, so there was no email to. So now say, check for WhatsApp reply on the previous mail sent. No, WhatsApp is a company. It's fine. Okay, I want to make sure you get this right. So you clarify the meaning of WhatsApp. Now, okay, beautiful. You made a mistake. WhatsApp. Right. Yes. So because they didn't understand, it now gave me, ambiguous term contemplated multiple interpretations. Apologies, so we're not familiar, so stands for explain. Beautiful. So since I didn't give a specific direction of where I want to just give, but let's say, okay, let's check our previous mail. Check all sent mails and sort mails going to WhatsApp. Let's just try to make it understand. Because we've sent mail to them over and over and over for a payment issue. So you now see it's searching my mail, all sent mails, request to pull up the request, search the mail, and pull up all the mails we sent to that particular name, with that name, to that organization and all of that. Beautiful. Hold on a sec. So back to what I was saying, we have things here, right? So now you see that now we have okay. Now I have a full picture of POSAP. It's a police service commission portal. Now you now see it. Now understand what I was actually trying to do. What is why, and possibly take action immediately. So you can now see it's giving us the final and all of that. So this is for just one. This is for email. And now since my email is connected, I can always do anything on email. Same goes to what again? You can tell, okay, we have spotted, we see our connectors, we have Figma, we have Fireflies, we have calendar. Let's say set me up and schedule a meeting for 2 o'clock for me. Let's see. Send a mail reminder. For 2 p.m. tomorrow to Ponzi Labs. That's trying to correct all these things. Ponzi Dabara. On my sent mail list. And also add it to calendar. Two tags in one. We've given it a command to tell us check mails, let me find phones in gaps in your sent mail first. Then after that is done, we draft a reminder for meeting tomorrow, which we don't have. Then add it to a calendar at the same time. Taking longer, you are trying shorter terms. Sorry guys for taking much of your time. We just have to finalize this. Beautiful. Okay, we can just send it to so allowed once. So it goes into calendar. So you now see create a new draft email, using then last one, now see, okay, all done. So you see, it has done that already. If you go to my Google Calendar, you see the time sent for the meeting tomorrow and Ponzin dApps using my email. As I that popped up 30 minutes before 1:30. So imagine this already done without me lifting a finger. I didn't have to go to calendar. I didn't have to go back to Gmail. You understand? So this is awesome. I just want you all to understand. We have a lot of other tools connectors, but I'm just trying to just familiarize you guys because this one is common as well. Then we can say, okay, let's go to connector 3 or 4. Let's work. Let's I'm disconnected. This. So we use go to Canva and design a flyer for church service tomorrow. Send. Are you seeing this? It's going to Canva straight. Now, though I wasn't specific enough about it, for the listening, I didn't add time, I didn't have dates, I didn't have the name of the church, but I was just trying to understand. But in your own context, you need to be specific, about what I want. So it's now bringing Canva to get employed. It will do all those things for me. To now give me to access it, to give you a link to go and see it. Isn't this awesome? This is amazing. Like getting to do all your tasks in one place. See, very beautiful design. Like, how long will it take you to do this with in this thing? This is awesome. Like, see the design and all of that for flyers. I can choose one any out of this. So before we call it a day, are there any questions you want to ask? Are there tasks you want to do on, because I had to do this practical for you to see. I would have just done a whole thing and just everybody go. But I sat down, I had to like make sure you guys see to the end where we have to do these things by ourselves. I mean, this is automation. How many hours will it take me to go back to Canva or go to open Canva app, sit down, start designing? But because I've connected all these things, and you can do too. So if you have issues connecting, let me know. And if you have issues on the phone number as well, write to me, let me know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And before we go, if you have questions, you get to ask. Thank you before we go. Or if you guys want more of these classes, we can also have we having the co-work class as well anytime soon. So I'll communicate with everybody. Email, we have your email, so we can also send messages and all of that for follow-up. This question and answer session. Any question? Any concern? Anything you wish to talk about that? Okay, I will do. We'll do. What else? I think that will be all. So thank you all for joining in. See you later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss.
I will share the recording links to everybody. You get them via your mail.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.